This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father, who the world everybody calls God. Yahweh, meaning he exists. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, who the world everybody calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai, meaning he is salvation. Bahashem, in the name. Rakaha Kodash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach one who taught me this truth. Peace, salutation to the Akyam, fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and risking their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Akwathim, listening, learning, sincerity, and the truth and the silence, Shalom. Akyam, meaning brothers, Akwathim, meaning sisters, Shalom, meaning peace, be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. And we'll get right into it. Right, these politicians, these appointed rulers, hand-picked rulers, Esau Edom's rulers, his politicians, his banking families, they're all profane. They're all fornicators, right? And this came out today, August 12th, 2024, the hopeful year that Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, Salakia, the hopeful year that Jacob's trouble comes to pass, right? It says here, J.D. Vance's campaign won't deny that it's him in viral drag racer photo, right? And J.D. Vance, for those who don't know, is Trump's pick for his vice president. This is who Trump wants to be his vice president, right? The GOP's vice presidential pick is a vocal critic of for minors and once opposed federal protections for marriages, right? You see him here dressed in dressed up as a drag racer, right? He's got the wig on. He's wearing female garments, Deuteronomy 22:5. An image of J.D. Vance allegedly dressed as a woman and wearing a blonde wig was posted to X, Slovakia, formerly known as Twitter, on Sunday. The unconfirmed image quickly picked up steam and began trending under the hashtag Sofa Loren, a reference to the iconic Italian actress Sophia Loren, and false claims that the Republican senator had sex with a couch. Spokesperson for the Republican vice presidential pick did not deny the photo's authenticity when approached by the Daily Beast and did not offer any further comment. The source who surfaced the alleged photo, Travis Whitfield, says the picture was taken by a fellow Yale classmate in 2012 when Vance was attending law school at the university and sent to him by another friend. Whitfield then sent it to podcast host Matt Bernstein, who posted it to X. You see, so this was taken when he was at Yale, right, in 2012, studying for law, studying to become a lawyer. Right, we know America the Great, Babylon the Great holds their Ivy League schools in high, they're highly esteemed, right? I want to get something real quick. Right, and that's the ways of the heathen. I want to get something real quick. These Ivy League schools. So when Jake when Jake goes off into when Jake gets sent off into these colleges and these post-secondary school educations, right? They're learning the ways of the heathen, right? They're taking on the way of they're pledging allegiance to Greek fraternities, Greek sororities, right? Ivy League schools. You know, Yale is one of them. I believe you have Princeton, Harvard, Ivy League. Right, you look here, you see their coat of arms. These are various other Ivy League school coat of arms. You have Penn State, Columbia, Harvard, Dartmouth. Look at this, Yale, where this alleged photo was, where this photo was allegedly taken. Right, and you can see their coat of arms is it's got the Assyrian script lettering. Let me see if we could look up their Yale. Looks et veritas. That's in Latin. We'll look that up. There's another one right here. It's got the wreath. Right, this all goes back to Bacchus, Ivy League. There's a look at that scripture, Lord willing, in Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees 6. But yeah, you see the different logos here. I want to look up this word. Lux Everitas. All right, but it's got Assyrian lettering. Slovakia. Coat of arms of Yale University. Slovakia. The Yale University coat of arms is the primary emblem of Yale University. It has a feel of the color Yale blue with an open book and the Hebrew words Urim and Thummim. You see that? The Urim and the Urim and the Thummim, right? And that was right. So these elites, they boast of their left side. They boast of their light, right? They're boasting that they're enlightened, they're illuminated, but they're illuminated on the left hand side, right? Urim and the Thummim, inscribed upon it in Hebrew letters. Below the shield on the scroll appears Yale's official motto, Lux et Veritas. Right? And a lot of these politicians come out of Yale. Latin for light and truth. You see that? Right? Let's get that scripture in let's get that scripture in Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees. Let's look at the word Slovakia. Second Maccabees 6. Right? The damn devils. Right? And they go to these schools, they're elites, handpicked children of bankers, banking elites, banking families. They go to these schools right? And then become initiated, do all kind of abominable things. Second Maccabees 6. Second Maccabees 6. We'll read from 1, points in 7. It reads, not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Judeans to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius. Right, this is going into the Hellenization of the Judeans, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right, Jupiter is synonymous with Zeus. Right, Greek mythology, Greek fables, and that in garrison of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbiddeth. Right, profane things. And we know Esau Edom, he's a profane man. Right, he's a fornicator. Hebrews 12. Let's get that real quick. Hebrews 12. Salakia. Hebrews 12 and 16, it reads, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Right, so the scripture is describing Esau as a fornicator and profane. You look at this word fornicator in the Greek, it's pornos. Right, fornicator, strong G4205, pornos. Right, pornos, pornography. Right, Esau. Slovakia. This computer, I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi today, man. Looking at this word out. Looking at this word, pornos. Strong's G4205. A man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire, a male prostitute, a man who indulges in unlawful sex intercourse, a fornicator, right? Spiritual fornicator, as well as physical fornication, right? Spiritual fornication being idolatry, right? Pornos, male prostitute, a debauchee, fornicator, whoremonger. Whoremonger goes into someone who sells um, someone who traffics people for the use of sex, right? But this, there's a rite of passage for these lawyers, these elites, these banking families in these ESA prestige schools, right? You know, these are some of the abominable things that they do. Their coat of arms says bearer of what? Light and truth, right? Light on the left hand side, right? Fornicator, profane, meaning outside the temple, right? This is the leaders. These are the elected leaders, handpicked. These are the elected leaders. These are the abominations they do, man. You know, right? Dressing as a drag racer, right? They do abominable things. They got to hold their ankles. They got to commit sodomy, right? Then they stand up and say, "Vote for me." I have your best interest in my heart, right? Back in let's look at the word this was for fornicator. Let's look at profane. Profane. Strong G952 Bebelos, right? Outside the temple, right? These other nations are outside the temple. Esau Edom is the base man, right? Who's been set up by the Lord Yahweh Shai. The Lord's put the kingdom, put the power in his hand, given him the power. Right? Bebelos. Accessible, lawful to be trodden of places, profane, unhallowed, common, public place of men ungodly, right? So their schools, which are highly esteemed, these Ivy League institutions, right, is profane, and they commit uh, uh, lewd acts, right? Back in Second Maccabees 6, where were we? Second Maccabees 6 and verse 5 once again. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Judean. And in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, right, Bacchus going back in revelry and drunkenness, right, the feast of Bacchus, the right, Bacchanal, the Judeans were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy, right? You see that? Ivy, the ivy leaf, right? These institutions, these Ivy League institutions, highly prestige institutions in Esau's world, right? Let's look at the Ivy League, right? And Jake will jump through hoops and bend over backwards to be accepted in an Ivy League institution, and then walk around with his chest puffed out, right? I got my degree at such and such institution, right? But that plaque on the wall I received at Princeton, right? And then he's all puffed up and wants to use eloquent speech when he talks with Jake, right? Proud of his Ivy League institution degree. Ivy League, not the Ivy League, Salakia. Right, also goes into Valentine's Day. You look at the shape of the leaf. Let's look at the image, right? See that? Right here. These are Ivy leaves. Right, look at that. Looks like a heart, Valentine's Day. Right. Everything is everything when it comes to this wicked, diabolical madman is has its origins in the occult, right? And pagan rituals and deities, right? You look into the Bacchus, right? It was a Roman god. I can't remember his name. Let's look it up. Also known as Bacchus. In ancient Greek religion and myth, Dionysus is the god of winemaking, lowercase g, orchards and fruit, vegetation, fertility, festivity, insanity, ritual madness, religious ecstasy, and theater. He was also known as Bacchus, right? So that's these are all enchantments and spells, right? All enchantments and spells. That wasn't on that. Let's close. Right. And these rulers, these leaders, right? Trump goes into office. This is his vice president, man. Right? They've all done abominable things. They all worship Baphomet. They all pledge allegiance to Babylonian deities, Egyptian deities, Greek gods, lowercase g, right? They all do. Ecclesiasticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Right? Scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right? This whole kingdom is being ruled by a profane, base man. Right? His government is not well ordered. Right? The prudent aren't in rulership. The prudent being the wise, who are the elect under Yahweh Shai. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, right? As the judge of the people is himself, right? So this politician, he's a ruler, uh, a prospect, right? Handpicked. As the judge of the people is himself, right? This man showing that he's lewd. He's showing these images coming out are showing that he's lewd and profane. So are his officers, right? So are his cabinet, those that surround him, his classmates, his Yale alumni. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein, right? America the Great, Babylon the Great is profane. The people are lewd, the people are off, the people are drag racers, the people are uh, committing all kinds of abominations, right? The scriptures tell us that let's close with this. Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord Yahweh, Bashem El Shai, thy power, right? So if a man's putting on woman's garments, or a woman's putting on man garments, the Lord looks at it as abominable. Abominable. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone or teach one rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.